Hello, everybody. We're back. And we saw. I bet you can't guess the show. Okay, let's pause my door and see if they guess it. Can you guess what show we saw? Did you guess? Maybe happy ending.
Yay! Of course she did.
Oh, we forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh, that's fine. If you don't know by now, I'm Joy.
And I'm Chase.
And we're Twosicals, musicals.
And like, oh, that's so dumb. Because it's gonna be in the title anyway, so I really was like, can you guess? It's just like we didn't have it in the title.
It's okay.
It's all fun.
We're being fun. We're being cute.
This is us being fun. Not really. But yes, we saw Maybe Happy Ending, and let me tell you guys, this is probably
I was sleeping on this, to be honest.
me too.
But I was like, and I got a lot
I wasn't even sold by you telling me it was Darren Criss.
I had a feeling, a gut feeling that I was gonna win lottery tickets. You remember?
Yeah.
And we really wanted to see Death Becomes, and we were putting in for that. And it, it's right before the holidays,
The city is
and I just really needed to like see something afterwards. Like I was really, really like pulling myself to get through the week, and so I was like, I'm gonna win something,
Right.
and I lost, and I had time. We lost Death Becomes Her and something else, and I think the blood quilt. I lost that, and I was like, damn, I thought I was gonna win something, but I knew that there was still a bit more time before the lottery's locked, so I put in for Maybe Happy Ending. I didn't tell Cherish, I just did it, and I won. And
Right, because I was confused.
You were like, whoa, we didn't talk about that. I was like, yeah, we didn't. So, but I was like, you're welcome.
I was like, once we didn't, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I was like, it's fine. I got the tickets. We're going. So I was like, should I get them charged or should I let them release? Remember, I was like, you weren't responding to me, and I was like, yes, sir, right there. And I'm buying them. I bought them. Oh well, we're going. So I hope it's good, and I'm really glad we went.
Me too. I'm really glad we went too.
This is probably one of the cutest things, one of the most unexpected things I've seen in a long time. Like
I had no idea what the show was about.
Yeah, me neither. I got a message like before
the
show, and it was like, what you're about to see is two robots falling in love, and I was like, huh?
That don't even sound like something I would watch.
I was like, okay. And I just went with it, and we just went. It was raining, and I was like,
oh god, the weather was horrible.
It was like, okay, and I think I noticed, one of the first things I noticed when we walked up to the theater was like a lot of Asian people, like young Asian people, and I was like, huh. Not usually the demographic that you see at Broadway theaters, so I was like, interesting. And everyone was young, like it was very young. It was a very young crowd in the theater. I was like, interesting. And we got balcony seats, which I was kind of mad about, and I was like, I hope I can see. I hope I have.
Because didn't it say it was partial
view? And I was like, I hope I have a good vision day, because I don't know if I can handle being that far back and partial, because my vision is kind of all over the place, really, with processing stuff, and I really do need to be close at the theater to fully enjoy myself for the most part, usually. But we missed part of the set, but
on the left.
So, what's her name's apartment? Now I forgot her name. She was the
Claire.
Oh, that name. She was number the 5. Helen Jason's character. Yeah, Claire. You remember her name? That's nice. I was like, yeah, Claire. We couldn't see most of her room, which the set was like.
It kind of gave me a little bit company, the revival vibes, if you saw.
Yeah, just a bit more futuristic, I guess. But it takes place in like Korea, South Korea. So it made sense visually, but I thought it was cool the way the set was. It gave me like the Revival Company.
It did.
Vibes.
Like the way it moved in and out.
And the lights around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the set. I thought the set was probably one of the best.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think what really sold me was the opening number when Darren starts moving his body, and I said, "Wait a second." I said, "Why is he moving like that? Right, he's supposed to be a robot."
Yeah, and he does embody a robot.
Like, yeah, so I was like, "Wow, good for Darren."
I mean, what else is set to open? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty set to open, but Darren, I could see them giving him definitely a nomination. So if he doesn't get a nom, I would be very shocked or surprised.
He should definitely get a nom because I really felt like he was a robot. Not
I don't know if it's too early to say when, but
at not one point to a show that I think he was a person.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he was the most humanistic robot ever. Like, I don't know if that makes
sense.
Like,
no, I get what you mean.
He was like a robot with a heart, if that makes sense. Like, his movements, it was just so funny because, like, he's the only one that moves that way because he's an older model robot.
Right.
And Claire's model moves like, she sounds and moves like a human, like a regular person. And
within reason, yeah.
Within reason. And yet, at the same time, you're like, wait, she's a robot too. And I'm like, wait, they're both robots.
Yeah. It is probably...
It makes sense.
It
just makes sense. The show just makes sense when you see it.
If you were like, oh, like, now that the Notebook is closing, or it did close, you're like, dang, what would you recommend someone who loved the Notebook, maybe happy ending for sure, is the show for them? Because it was, like, heartbreaking.
The music was cute too.
Yeah, I did enjoy the music. Did we say what the show was about? Besides robots falling in love, which is very like
that gives you nothing. Well, it's about what's Darren's robot's name? Oliver. Sorry, I forget Oliver anyway. So Oliver is a robot, and he's in, I guess, what you would call like a storage unit, but it looks like an apartment for like robots that are like out of date and stuff like that. And he lives in like this small room. And he has a plant called Waboom, and he talks to it, and he loves jazz records, and he plays records. And what he's doing is he's waiting for his owner to come back and get him. Yeah. So we see his owner, James, during the show. Well, before the show starts, he's sitting on the stage, like reading or something like that, or playing his records.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing.
That's what we're hearing, and we're like, oh. So he's waiting for this guy to come back, and there's nothing to tell us, oh, he's not coming back or anything, but he's
in this like routine
for like 12 years, and before Claire knocks on his door because her battery is dying and her charger's not working, and he's so used to his routine, he's a bit startled by it, so he kind of doesn't respond to it, and then he responds to it, and he's like, oh, and he charges her, and so they kind of don't get along because she's a newer model, and he's kind of jealous of the fact that she's a newer model.
Mind you, they're both in the same place, which is essentially like when robots go to die, but he can't see it or accept it. Rather, she's more
in tune to that that's happening, and she kind of figures out that he's waiting for someone, and kind of uses that as like her launching,
like a last hurrah.
Yeah, last hurrah to launch herself to like do something. She wants to see these fireflies, and before her, her charger doesn't charge anymore, and she figures out a way to like jumpstart her charger. She's using his charger, and it's the only way she can move about freely. Otherwise, she'll be stuck into the wall because that's the only way her charger works. So she essentially plans on like losing her battery life while out for the butterflies and fireflies, the fireflies, and he's going to find James because James isn't coming to him, and it's just
so very heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's so nice and beautiful though. At the same time, and the jazz records, and they have this kind of made up like jazz musician called Gil Brantley, and he comes out every now and then and sings a song, and then he's like the radio personifying, and then he like goes away, and like so. The rest of the people didn't care. Like, they didn't find the reason for him being there.
Oh, it didn't take away.
I didn't think it'd take away anything from it at all. I mean, that's kind of like a pretty typical way of doing that and did that, actually.
Right.
Like Caroline's radios, other ladies, like something else. The radio and bandstand, he was there. Like, I didn't mind
You
it.
had a problem with him? He was hardly there.
Yeah, you just hear his voice mostly.
Yeah.
And basically the show is just
They utilize also screens as well.
Yeah, more screens. I mean, it has a nice amount of set and screens, I would say.
Yes.
It's usually one or the other, usually.
Right.
But, yeah. I don't know. Like, I just really enjoyed myself. Like, I was watching it, like, I don't know. Like, and then I was like,
Also, there was like no intermission. We had no idea, again, that there was no intermission.
there wasn't an intermission?
Was it?
There was an intermission, right?
Yeah?
No?
No, it was in one act. I mean,
Was it?
yeah, you don't remember? Because we were like,
Right.
we thought we would go get merch during
Right,
intermission,
right,
and then
right.
intermission never came.
You're right.
And so we were kind of like, oh.
Yes, I remember because I kept recalling parts where I thought they might break, and they did it. Yes, you remind me.
Oh, hold on.
Well, I didn't realize.
Me neither.
I really have to start looking at my playbill.
I used to, believe it or
but
not.
now I feel a bit. In the wintertime, I feel a bit
Yeah, I do read them more like when the weather is nice.
nicer and I don't have so much stuff, or like it's just. I guess it depends on how roomy the seats are.
But when we go, because a lot of times now we go after work,
Work.
and then we have like our work bags,
Bags, and I'm just feeling a bit
the
too
coats,
tight,
and
and
be like,
I'm just like until the show starts.
performed without the intermission.
See, if we had read the playbill, we would not have been shot. It's swept away again.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki M. James is one of the voices, additional voices.
Oh, was she?
Andy Mientis.
Oh, was she
Caroline
the
Caroline.
voice of the mailbox?
Huh.
Trying to think of what other female voice she would have been.
Or maybe the other helper bots. Maybe one of the other helper bots. When she was like on the phone with some of the helper bots.
Right.
Like maybe.
I don't know. I feel also this is a good show for like Asian rep because you don't see that a lot on Broadway. That
Is it Miss Saigon?
Miss Saigon or like
The Flower Drum Song?
yeah,
Which, who talks about the Flower Drum Song anymore? Nobody.
nobody.
Or they. The Riders of Hair from someone. South Pacific. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so this shows them in a more modern light, and it's not like historical, and it's not about a war
Right.
or something like that. It's just
And but also, do the robots have to be Asian? Maybe not. They could be.
I guess they just look like that because it takes place in
South
Korea,
Korea,
so
yeah.
the robots look like the people.
That's good. Yeah.
But that's what I would guess.
No, that makes sense. No, I was just wondering. I was just like, it's a.
I always forget that Darren Criss is part of Filipino too. So.
Yeah, whenever people bring up like Asian actors and he shows up, I be like, is he really?
He can pass for white, which is interesting. I guess that also kind of helps him in a way in this kind of a little bit, but he also doesn't like reject his Asian side, so that also comes.
Yeah, because I never get Asian when I look at him.
No.
I never. Like, let me see. Here's what. Like, I never get. Like, this is a white man. No shade to him, but like, I was okay.
Yeah, but it was really good, and the ending had me like when the show was over, everyone was just like, some people were crying. I was like, oh.
And it was like you could hear people like talking about it as we were like leaving, so that's how you know
it's a good show.
Oh, it is always the last time I remember hearing like so much like audible chatter about the show after it was literally after Slave Play, and those people thought it was great, but this was actually great.
So we were like not saying nothing till we got out the theater, and we was like, what the hell is that? And I was like, anyway, I was like, and then we would like run into the merch. They were trying to,
yeah,
they were trying to kick us out. We were like,
Excuse
going to merch.
Lily was like, you can't exit the theater this way. It was like, I'm glad I'm not exiting the theater. I'm going to merchandise. Lily, how I sounded too. Cause I'm sick a little bit. But
And for those who don't know, this is what the charges look like.
yeah,
Which I think is cool. Look like a giant cochlea implant.
Cause
Before like the chest.
Right.
I don't know where they put it at.
it's like a magnet. Probably.
Yeah, but I don't know like where. I know he put it under her shirt.
Yeah.
And he was like, that part is funny.
Yes.
When he first gives her the charger. He's like, like she's so shiny compared to him.
Yeah.
He's so like,
He's literally like.
The way they removed should give him a Tony, to be honest. Like,
You should. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to imagine them on like Good Morning America and stuff like that. And I'm like, what would they sing? Like, what would they do? Like, I don't know. And they had some nice merch, but I feel like they're just missing. So Hwaboon is this plant that Oliver takes care of, and he's basically like a third character. And like, when I tell you, I was like, something is gonna happen to Hwaboon, and I'm gonna lose my shit. Luckily, nothing happened to Hwaboon. But was you not nervous?
no.
Oh, I was like, something bad is gonna happen to Hwaboon, and he's gonna lose his mind. And
short circuit.
yeah, I really thought that, but Hwaboon was safe and okay. But I thought Hwaboon, he's a plant. I was like, why don't they sell Hwaboons?
They should sell Hwaboons. Come on, Birch. Get with it.
Like,
We would like to take home our own Hwaboon.
like if they had a Hwaboon there, Joe, we would be showing you Hwaboon right now. Like we would be sitting here with a Hwaboon. No?
Mhm.
Like, oh my goodness. Such a good show.
Such a good show.
You definitely gonna want to run and see it.
I think people should run the theaters. It's kind of one of those shows. I feel like can just fade away because like it's not flashy and it's not like big dance numbers or like it doesn't have big names attached to it. It has a very small cast, which I think helps.
Right.
It
And
doesn't
the
cost
old
that-
heads might not.
Yeah, I mean, paying them doesn't cost that much, but I'm sure that set costs a lot.
Right.
So people to go
And like
and
the upkeep of
yeah,
it.
I need the people to go and support. I think they had a lot of technical issues
Oh, I'm sure they
in
did.
previews apparently.
Joy, I'm sure they did.
So I think it's a cool. I like the set. It's a very cool set.
Oh yeah, this is like this one part. They're like pretending to be like human, and they go to this place, this hotel, and the guy asks them if they'll be using the pool, and they both scream at him, no,
Because they can't get wet.
because they're robots.
Or like when they have they have a fake argument. Like
Yes.
humans would.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, did I do that right?
Yeah, they're like arguing, and then you're like, oh no, and then like it's them like simulating the argument, so they think that's what people do.
When they're in a relationship. It's funny. I think it's funny.
And the ending, it's one of those. Is it a happy ending? And literally, I'm like, oh, maybe happy ending. And you're like, I think it is, but like maybe it's not.
I can see them kind of sort of making a movie out of this.
Ooh.
And when they do, because the whole time, not no shade to Helen who plays Claire, but I was like, Stephanie Sue would eat this up.
Yeah.
So I think if they did do like a movie musical, they might get Stephanie. One, because she has a bit more of a name now, since everything, all that one.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Which is also Asian rep, like, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Something different for us. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it definitely had the young theater people on lock. The theater was pretty young.
It was.
Like everyone was like 40 and under. Mostly
30 and under.
30
sure.
and under for sure. Yeah.
Well, at least upstairs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what downstairs look like.
Yeah.
Well, those people, remember people like standing in the rain and be like, are you in line? They were like, not yet. And we were like, oh, right. Then we said, like, they were older. They were like, probably in their like 60s, 70s. But, got a magnet.
I think it's nice that Helen gets her name above the title.
It's nice.
With Darren. They could have just put Darren.
Could have.
Got a magnet. We have so much merch. that we need to buy, and we have been so, what's the word?
Frugal?
Not frugal. We have been so regulatory this holiday season, and now as soon as the holiday season is over, I'm just gonna go back and buy stuff. So
you know what it is? I think also like we don't have an infinite amount of space. Like our space is very like finite. So I really kind of have to be like we gotta chill, like a little bit. Like we really don't need a T-shirt at every show that we see, especially if there's nothing really like special. Although they did have nice T-shirts, so I'm kind of kicking myself. But we could always buy a T-shirt. So it's that.
I said that about Harmony, and I can't get a T-shirt.
Well, Harmony clothes, but
know.
yeah.
It's me a little sad.
I wanted the Harmony hoodie.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it was the maroon, like, and it was a zip up, like, hit it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Y'all not ready for our gypsy merch is what I'm trying to tell you.
Be prepared for that.
It's gonna like the Broadway flea. When we leave gypsy, it's just, we're gonna need Miss from, dang, who's the lady that takes our photo every year at the Broadway flea? Where is she from? Is she from the BC?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. We're gonna need her to be there. But, my goodness. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We got one more for you. One more. Okay? You'll be back. Yes? Okay, great. Bye.